Saratoga in downtown Havana. Tonight, the deadly explosion rocking a historic hotel in Cuba. The massive blast killing at least 9 people at the Hotel Saratoga in downtown Havana. The urgent search and rescue mission fears more victims may be trapped under the rubble. The question tonight, what caused it? Also tonight, at least 50 more civilians evacuated from that besieged steel plant in Mariupol. Russian forces trying to crush the last pocket of resistance in that Ukrainian port city, and why fighting may escalate this weekend. Breaking news, the images from North Carolina, reports of multiple tornadoes touching down. The major discovery in the manhunt for an escaped Alabama inmate and the corrections officer accused of helping him. The plane crashing into a backyard in Houston, all 4 people on board escaping alive. The U.S. economy adding more than 400,000 new jobs in April despite soaring inflation. The CDC now investigating 5 deaths and more than 100 mystery cases of hepatitis in children, what it's now ruled out as the cause. An inspiring...
All right. When is it gonna end, right? Hey, before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And as always, peace, love, mercy to the hopefully elect. Back at it through the spirit and power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, been studying through the spirit, man, trying to dive into those deeper things of prophecy, man, dealing with the book of Revelation, book of Isaiah 66 chapter, talking about those chariots, talking about the Lord's glorious return, man. So I've been dealing with that, but I just brought that out again, man. News clip from last night, signs of the times again. We always have to go through this and go through this. But as I was studying through the spirit, man, going through Revelation, I was just looking at, in my Bible, the book of Revelation, it's about, what it was about, I don't want to lie, but it was no more than 7 pages, man. And I'm like, just thinking through the spirit, man, and these 7 little flimsy pages with these, typed words, man, okay, on it holds really the key to our salvation, man, okay? Even though we gotta deal with the entire book, man, but seriously, man, being that it's the last book of the Bible, and it pretty much sums up what's gonna happen, what the Lord's people are to do and not to do during this trying time. Hey, man, those so-called 7 pages in my Bible, yours, or how many ever pages the book of Revelation is in yours, man, this is some real gold, man. The rest of the world, they're not gonna see it like we see it until this thing fully manifests and they actually see Yahweh Shai coming back. All right, but for us, man, it shows you, man, just how deep, how powerful our power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is again, man. What's gonna manifest in those last couple pages in our Bibles, man, is gonna be eternal paradise for us, Lord willing. That's how powerful the Lord is. He done put eternal paradise in a few pages, man. So I just say that, man, just seeing what time it is, dealing with last night's news clip. Hey, man, you watch the news every night. It's the same old stuff. And again, we started this by saying, when does it stop? Well, it's gonna stop after the Lord returns, man, and after the Lord executes his fierce anger upon this place via the day of the Lord, man, okay? The day of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, all right? The day of the Father, the Creator, all right? In his word, which is his son, Malak Yahweh Shai, all praises to the King, man. But let's get straight into this. This is Revelation 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh. Here we go. Here's the point. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is what? The spirit of prophecy. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And again, it just touched my spirit going through Revelation to see how deep it was, man. Just thinking about the chariots, man. You know what I mean? Thinking about them formations that the chariots, all chariots are going to be in, and just seeing it as it's all coming together now, as our spirit starts to grow, as we get closer and closer, to Jacob's trouble, than the end of this thing, man, in the beginning of our paradise. All right. But the spirit of prophecy, man, and to prophesy simply put, just means to, tell before something happens. You know what I mean? So Yahushua, he prophesied many, many things, man. And even to today, man, the people who had that spirit, that Holy Spirit, the spirit, all right, of Yahushua, were simply just saying, man, look, the way that we're living and what's going on now isn't going to last forever. All right. Things are about to change, and they're going to change beyond your wildest imagination. And before it gets to that point of things, being beyond your wildest imagination, there's going to be some tough things that us as the creation man has to go through. All right. We're telling everybody who they are, as far as face value and spirit goes. All right. How we look and what our spirit says, who we truly are. All right, pursuant to the nations of the Bible. All right, we either Israelites, you're Edomite, all right, a Moabite, etc., etc. We're teaching these things through the Spirit so that everybody knows what's going on. But of course, first and foremost, our people, the Hebrew Israelites, man, we're warning these people through prophecy, saying things before they happen, saying, "Hey, man, this is what's going on." We were able to reopen and reintroduce ourselves, to this word, and we got the truth, man. We see, okay, we're taking the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that was given us to us through the Spirit, all right, and we're lining that up with history, man. We're seeing these so-called white people then stole all these lands, man, massacred the so-called Indians, etc., etc., all these lands and nations, man. If you just think about it, everybody got like a certain issue, if you will, with Esau, Edom. They always call them the white, you know what I mean? You know what it is. Every Moabites do it. Nobody really, quote unquote, likes this guy, but it's for a reason, man. You look at history, you see that these wicked people that the Bible speaks of, known as Edomites, all right, from the nation of Edom, Esau, Edom, all right, we see that they have done a lot of false dealing with people, man. It's false dealing with all the nations, but it's definitely the nation of Israel. And we're saying, look, man, this is what happened, all right, via Genesis, all right, the creation, Adam and Eve. This is what happened because it's all documented in our Bible. We learned these things. We learned Cain and Abel, how Esau comes from the line of Cain. Goes back to the mark that was placed upon Cain, which was leprosy. Lord took away melanin. The world, the earth had never seen nobody walking around with no doggone melanin. That was the mark. He didn't have a target mark, like you're shooting a bow and arrow or you're shooting a target upon him, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. The point is, the Lord has revealed certain things to certain men here in real life upon the earth, and we're trying to teach our people what's about to go down via prophecy, saying things before they happen. So, man, that's what's going on now. Going back to the original question, when does it stop? Prophecy tells us these things stop after the Lord gets back. All right, the time preceding his second coming is going to be wild and rough, and when he gets back, it's going to be even rougher than that. All right, for the ones who aren't saved, going back to how our people are using the word saved as a quote unquote catchphrase. All right, they don't understand that there's an actual event and a major event that we're to be saved from. All right, to to be determined who's going to be those spirits that are going to be saved, man. So it's such a cocky thing to say. Now, we say a lot of cocky stuff through the Spirit as well, but that whole cockiness plus the ignorance that comes with what they're saying we're saved, it's just I'm just so done with it. You know what I mean? Like, get over yourself, Jake, already. Let's come back to the law, statutes, commandments. You was wrong. The men of Yahweh Shah are right. Okay. Now, that don't mean we do everything right. We're work in progress, but y'all know the difference between what we're saying and what we were taught. Shake off that little pride, Jake. All right, and let's go home, man, because it's about to get wild again. When does it stop? You just saw that was just a news clip, random news clip from last night. Check any news clip. It's always death, destruction. You got people blowing up. All right, let me bring this out. Bring another precept out. In relation to that, man. Matthew, the 24th chapter. Yeah. That's what I wanted. So again, man, Matthew 24, the disciples had asked Yahushua what would be signs of the times preceding his second coming. The Lord broke it down, talking about wars, rumors of wars, all right, kingdom against kingdom, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. But I want to make the point here, verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Now we're about to see, this thing really blow up on a major scale. But if one would just open their eyes and stop pretending, stop with the nonchalantness, you will see that the love of many is waxing cold if we're watching and praying, right? If we're just casually walking around with our heads in the air, of course, we're just going to have casual conversations about it. But if we line it up with the Bible and what the Bible says, being that most of this Bible was written, in prophecy, about prophecy, things yet to come, okay? Then you got to see the love of many is waxing cold, man. That means the love of many people is going away. Their hearts are cold and hard, like hardened wax. You can't shape it. You can't change it. It's hard, solid. It goes. I'm gonna bring out another precept, man. We'll just bring it right on out. 1 Timothy 4:2, right? Hey, these are characteristics of people in the last days. And in verse 2, speaking lies and hypocrisy. And here, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. I mean, everybody's kind of in that category. Shoot, we got our, through the Spirit, we got our conscience seared with that hot iron. But we on the right hand side, Lord willing. But everybody else in whatever type of doctrine, ideology, man, they just had their so-called Ramadan shit, going on with the old Muslim stuff. And I couldn't believe the amount of our people involved in that, man, and putting forth their best effort. So-called Easter passed not too long ago, same thing. People still finding the energy and the resources to take their behinds and get those motivational speeches to continue in their wickedness. But that's all it is. They just motivate them to continue in their wickedness and their ignorance. And when the Lord, starts really judging this place, he's gonna treat them like adults, like the adults that they are. All right. Don't be trying to act all humble and meek and scared during the day of the Lord, man. You should be in that spirit now. All right. But yeah, what we're saying is that, look, man, we've been lied to, our people. You guys have the spirit to believe in the God of the Bible. You might be, a Hebrew Israelite, okay? Or you might be a person from another nation to, sojourn, unto us through the Spirit and power Yahweh Shem Shah. However the Lord's gonna work that out, man. All right, but we're saying, look, man, the time has come for a change, and it's gonna happen. And all these things, the death, the famine, all right, we can do videos and talk about all this inflation and the rumors of that. They try to throw, every time you watch, was that NBC, they always do one, I guess two now, stories to kind of balance out all the death and destruction news that happens. So they'll do one or two like feel good stories, might be about a dog, a cat, or like they say there's jobs. But you didn't hear what he said. He was like, yeah, there are these so many jobs happening, coming into play, but there's inflation, so it doesn't matter because the price of everything is going up. So you can keep on adding jobs, but they're going to continue to bring in this inflation. And of course, it's to choke the life out of the people, man. And again, you can see who's ruling this earth, and this is who y'all want to be up under, be in subjection to, this wicked, false dealing idiot. Let's go to Prophet Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. Hey man, here we go. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Yeah, now all these prophets receive these prophecies and these visions, man. At least the ones pertaining to the end of the world and Yahweh's second coming and setting up this kingdom, man. Obviously it hasn't come to pass yet. So, whenever the prophets received these visions, they were met with their people with scoffing. All right. Saying, thinking that, especially even these days, man, the people that we try to prophesy to, especially when we first got started in this thing, man. Hey, man, they probably do believe in it. Let's let them tell it they believe in the Bible and the words thereof, written in the book. But they pretty much think it's going to be a damn near eternity before this entire book is closed and finished and done with, man. The book of Revelation coming to pass, man. They think it's gonna be for a long time. Again, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but here's the point: but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, man. Look at it however you want to. You better look at it through the spirit that's given to you by Yahweh, by Hashem, and Hawashai, man. We understand, that time is like now. All right, that death is right around the corner along with our salvation. All right. So if nothing else, talking about this mark of the beast, man, it may have tarried and seemed like it was going to be a long time, but with the technology that the Lord has put upon the earth, the Wi-Fi, all right, this RFID technology, man, okay, barcodes, all that shit, all right, it's all the same lot, okay. It's now speaking, all right, and not lying, man. We're not lying. How are we wrong when the world is not getting better? Go back to the pandemic, if you will. We could go back to World War One, type stuff. World War Two, Vietnam, at least as far as Babylon the Great concerned, and see just how much better it is. It's not really. It really hasn't gotten much better. All that really has gotten better through the Spirit. Okay, I'm receiving this is the distractions. They've got more money, more technology, bigger movie sets to distract us more and more and more. And then, with the invention of the cell phone, some use it for good, most people use it for bad and vanity. Now we got these cell phones, complete distraction, 24/7. Their children, oh my gosh, got the whole world in their hands via these devices, man. All right, but I mean, I said all that to say again, man. In the end, it shall speak, and it is speaking now. Going back to Matthew the 24th chapter, when the Lord said these things, earthquakes in diverse places, etc., etc. I don't want to mix and match all these things together because we'll be here forever, and I don't want to confuse people. I'm still learning myself, especially when I get ready to break down, Revelation through the Spirit on my own. Listening to the apostles. Now I got the Spirit on me. It's very, very exciting, man. Very interesting, man. Just the depths of the mind of the Lord, man. Again, just when I first started, that's how he just put, again, paradise, because that's what's going to manifest. Paradise, all right, perfection. He just put it out in these little, you know what I mean? In the book, man. Lord ain't nothing to play with, man. Let's see. Let's go to Daniel then. Daniel 1. They received visions and could discern those visions and dreams, right? Saying and seeing things before they happen. That's all this is about, guys. And all we're simply saying in its simplest form is that, the Lord does have a chosen people. We're sorry that the world lied to you, lied to us as well, all right? But the Lord does have, a certain people that he chose, to be above everybody else, get over. And what he's saying is that the king of those people is coming soon to rule. over them and over everybody else. What you gonna do about it? If perfection is involved, and the Lord's laws aren't grievous, I mean, what's the issue? All right, this is Daniel 7:25, man. Um, yeah, the point being how and he shall speak great words against the Most High, talking about our enemy, man, and his whole system, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Now, it is finna greatly intensify, but we're experiencing that right now via Daniel's vision and prophecies. All right, wearing out the saints of the Most High. That's what's going on right now, man. The scriptures tells us that oppression driveth a wise man mad, man. Knowing right from wrong, not being able to really do anything about it on a mass scale will drive a person insane. That's exactly what we're experiencing. Again, we're in these effed up bodies, all right, these bodies that come from the earth and returning to the earth, they're breaking down, being that the Lord is speeding up time, man. It's going so fast it'll make your head spin, man. The children ain't worth a flip. All right, these are the last days children, man. These are some of the last children that's gonna be born in this crazy shit. So they got to be the worst that the earth has ever seen, and we're witnessing that now via, hey, look at all the gang drill shit. I got a daughter. You know what I mean? I don't even want to tell you what I be hearing and seeing on her TikTok, right? All the crazy shit that's going on, man. All right. Where was I, man? Yeah, but all that wears out, the saints of the Most High, man, and think to change times and laws, man. All right. We don't know what freaking year this is, man. At least, dealing with how the Lord, has it. It 2020, whatever they say it is, and that's what it is. It's Monday. It is what it is, man. But definitely those laws that he's changing. And here's the biggest kicker, man. You know how anytime any friction of any citizen of Babylon the Great here in the big USA, anytime any friction happens, or a person here is quick to say constitutional rights, constitutional rights. Well, what are you going to do when y'all wake up one day and realize how wicked, these people were under, how wicked they are, to just change the shit? They're just going to change it, right? Just like man, I was just through the spirit. There's talking about Kyrie Irving, how he didn't take the juice or whatever, and he was on there doing this interview, talking about, I didn't think that they would mandate it, that they wouldn't, right? So that's the same spirit, bro. When we talk about this mark of the beast, man, we're telling, man, they finna make this mandatory. And not only are they gonna make it mandatory, there's no way you're gonna be able to survive without taking that mark of the beast. That's the ultimate law that's about to be changed. Y'all gotta have a device in you to live. That's what we're saying, man. All right, we talk about, like, even here in Babylon the Great, look at how they allow same-sex marriages, right? These are the changing of, that was like a law or whatever that they had to change. They did that so you can continue and talk about constitution this, constitution that. They're just gonna show their horns, man. That's why the scriptures, told us, when the enemy come in like a madman, sparing none. Young, old, right, and even in relation to the mark of the beast, a free bond, right? Young, old, everybody is finna be tried during this hour of temptation. All right. Yep. Matthew, back to Matthew 15 and 8. Now we're just talking about our people, because there's no need to even talking about the other nations, man. When we talk about the laws, man, this people drive not unto me with their mouth, talking about our people, man, and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Why is that? But in vain they do worship me. And why is it in vain to worship the Lord this way? It's because if you're not worshiping the Lord in spirit and truth, all right, then whatever you got going on, it's just going to manifest to death. You're not going to make it. So whatever you, being that we can't take any of this with us, what does it matter in relation to the next quote unquote life? That's why it's in vain. Everything that you do, everything that you attain on this earth, is all going to go away except for this truth, man. All right. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. All right. Now, and who did the Lord say the earth was given to? The hands of the wicked. All right. And who is the wicked? Esau, Edom. They ruling right now. Get over it. It's the truth. All right. They're the ones that taught us all this BS. All right. Their doctrines, ideas, ideologies. All right. Their false gods, their way of living, their new, world order agenda. All right. What was that stuff called? They being that new age stuff. Your boy Will Smith and his family and all that. All right. But yeah, this is what's going on with our people, and I always call them the gray area. You know what I mean? Because clearly some of our people just don't give a flip, and you can just tell they got a spirit of just death and destruction upon them. But you look at your so-called grandma, your aunties, older people, or just soft-spoken people. Both male and females. So-called nerds, if you would. People just mind their own business, but they still not fearing the Lord like he's worthy to be feared. And what we gonna do if we fear the Lord? Well, the Lord said if you do love him, keep his commandments. All right? That is our duty. Fearing Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashah, teaching the commandments. And for the men, all right, that was called into this thing, teach. In the story, very, very easy. And I bring that out, and that'll be the point on it. 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. All right, there it is, man. The commandments aren't grievous. Live it, learn it, love it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah. Of course, right now we're not going to be able to keep it to the best of our ability. It's not an excuse to do what you want to do, but it is a motivation to keep going, man. All right, and put forth that decent effort, man. All right, or else we're gonna meet the other side of the Lord, man. And I know, testifying my chastisement, my judgment, I don't want to even see no parts of the real wrath. If the Lord took us through that to get us here, and we, Lord willing, we're the chosen ones, man, how much more when he really just flip out on this place? See, the earth has forgotten that. The Lord never changed, man. He's always been dreadful and terrible like that. He does have another side to him. But for the most part, it was our fear of the Lord was taught by men, okay? Not to play with the Lord like that. You know what I mean? That's not how we was taught. We was taught believe. Just believe and you'll be saved. All right? Finna get us killed. Just finna get us killed. Shout it. You so-called women pastors out there teaching us this shit, you finna get us killed. But, I don't want to get into it. But with that being said, man, there it is again, man. For this is the love of our power. We keep his commandments, man. And, Lord willing, he make an example out of everybody else, man. Us too, on the right-hand side. With that being said, man, all praises to Yahweh Hashem Hawashah. Shalom.